Hey, you know what it is. Let's jump right into it. Takeoff was the glue. Atlanta's rap scene mourns. Uh, Zaytoven, Ray G, and Justin Measy Williams pay tribute to the youngest of rap superstar trio, Migos, who shunned the spotlight to remain a humble student of his craft. No matter how Atlanta's music community first learned on the 1st of November that Takeoff had been killed, whether via alarm text or social media posts. The overwhelming response was one of disbelief, not just because one-third of rap superstar trio Migos had died at age 28 from a shooting at a Houston bowling alley, but also because the whole incident seemed so out of character for Takeoff in the first place. A lot of people are good people, but get caught up and do bad things. Mistakes happen. I know that happens in life. You know, Measy Williams, who manages rapper 21 Savage, he's not one of them. So it doesn't hit me as something like, damn, where was he at? What was he doing? I know he wasn't doing something he wasn't supposed to do. Now, in the immediate aftermath of Takeoff's death, rap luminary Chuck D blamed the music industry for normalizing gun violence, telling TMZ you have people who've grown up thinking that hip hop death is a normal thing, yet those who knew Takeoff best don't want to paint his death as some cautionary tale for hip hop writ large, not when the man himself so consciously avoided the public eye and the troubles and antagonisms that can plague celebrities of his stature. Now, instead, they remember Migos' youngest member, born Kirshenik Kahari Ball, for his ambition, which was impressive even before 2013, break out his Versace at 16. He was too young to drink when Migos were taking over Atlanta's nightclubs, courting its DJs and buying sections to make a splashy impression before Patreons had even heard a single verse. Now, Williams worked as a promoter at the 2,500 capacity Club Mansion, Elan. Now, that's where the group's hold was so strong. Now, off the strength of performing early, his hits such as Bondo and Jumpin' Out the Gym, that the club was nicknamed Migos Elan. Back when Migos were worth 30,000 or 40,000 for a club performance, we could get them for 15,000, Williams said. But even you paid them 35,000. You're going to win. You're going to make your money back. Now, Takeoff had established himself as a reliable performer, and he was content to let his bandmates, his uncle Quavo and Offset, Quavo's cousin, network on the group's behalf and claim the lion's share of the limelight. Now, DJ Ray G, who spins for Cardi B on tours and hails from Migos' native Lawrenceville, Georgia, linked up with the group during those initial club takeovers from their first meeting in 2011 at Pink Flamingo to Mansion Elan. Now, on Fridays and Obsessions on Saturdays, sometimes Takeoff didn't even go out, he says. We'd come back home and he'd still be awake, smoking, chilling, vibing, and you check the YouTube history and it's Tupac and Biggie, things like that. This kid's 16, studying his craft. Like, I ain't going out with you tonight. I'm going to stay here and listen to Big Pac, Eminem. Xavier Dodson, now better known as Zaytoven, is a longtime fixture of Atlanta's production scene who collaborates closely with Future and Gucci Mane. He remembers the first time Takeoff and Quavo visited his basement studio in Atlanta's east side. You didn't even notice Takeoff until he started rapping, he says. Takeoff got his moniker from how he'd be able to record a verse in a single take with no flubs or fouls. Everybody else can go in the booth and they're piecing their verses together, thinking of a line. Zaytoven says, you ain't got to worry about Takeoff taking too long or none of that, because he got his stuff together. Every time I've seen Takeoff get in the booth, I know he's going to knock out his part real quick. Now, in the early days when Migos were stationed at Quavo's mother's basement in Lawrenceville, the trio would record their verses separately. Takeoff would make a song when Quavo was running the day's errands and was like they were in competition with each other. Oh, you gonna lead this song? I'm going to go harder than a you on this one, Ray G says. And so Takeoff gave an early glimpse of what became the signature Migos flow in precisely that fashion. Without warning, he just played a song one day and the flow was there. It was the triplets, and everybody went, what? The iconic Migos flow is a punched-up take on hip-hop's staccato triplets, a lyrical style of delivery first popularized 2 decades prior by groups such as Bone It Thugs and Harmony and 3-6 Mafia. The Migos' flow first rose to public consciousness with Versace, which Takeoff and Quavo recorded over a Zaytoven beat immediately after that first basement studio session. Now, hip-hop has never been the same since. The Migos' flow is now fully mainstream, crisscrossing from one musical genre to the next, and nothing up in SNL parody by Donald Glover along the way, but when they came out with Versace, everyone's rap pattern changed. It was like, you gotta rap like this for people to even want to listen to you, Zaytoven says. Now, and yet, right up until his dad, Takeoff was the sort of rapper who shunned the spotlight, preferring to make his presence felt through the kind of lyrical precision that, no matter how one felt about trap music going mainstream, gave Migos undeniable street cred as masterclass hip-hop technicians. Now, Quavo, he's going to talk Offset, okay? He's going to talk Takeoff. He's going, hey, when I need to rap, let me know, Willem said. When we're not booked, I might run into Offset or Quavo at a bowling alley, just chilling or having fun. If Takeoff wasn't working, me personally, I never really seen him. He was a team player. He was the glue, yo. What we doing? He was the youngest one, but he was the most chill. And I don't think you're going to hear anything negative about Takeoff, Williams adds. Honestly, bro, it wasn't about some money, some business, or his family. He definitely was the number one candidate for that. To do it with me. Hip-hop has had to reckon with a seemingly non-stop string of high-profile deaths in recent years, a fact that Zaytoven finds particularly bitter, as this violence has touched many artists with whom he's collaborated. Now, he struggles to remember how many Instagram memorial posts he's done for past collaborators such as King Von, Lil Keed, Trouble, and Young Dolph, but to be honest with you, me being a music producer that produces rap music, it's hard to listen to the music now, he says. The lyrics are street and some of it is gangster, but when people are really dying, it makes you want to not hear it. It's not fun or exciting anymore when someone like Takeoff dies, and it's just like, I don't think, hip-hop has had to reckon with, all this crazy stuff, but it's like, I want to say that we got better as a culture, right? He says, but in some of these situations, it's not necessarily the culture. It could have happened anywhere, anytime. From what I'm seeing, Takeoff was just there chilling at a bowling alley and just happened to be late. It wasn't like he was in the back of the alley or a trap house that they were in a shootout. He was shooting back. The only thing you can tell people is don't celebrate success when you're somewhere, as a black man. It's unfortunate. And that's just coming from his own words, but I'm gonna keep you guys updated on these juicy news. You stay tuned, hit that like and subscribe.